Today we're looking at the Orca based on the 1972 Miami Dolphins. The Orca feature a run-heavy offense and a hybrid 4-3-3-4 defense that was elite for its time. Basically, the strengths of the Orca are a very powerful running game, and we'll see that there are a number of minimum gain plays in their playbook. They also feature a mistake-free defense due to their special rules. So we'll be looking at Powerhouse Backfield, no-name defense, and fake punt. The Orca featured two formations on offense. Their I form is their run heavy, and their pro set is their balanced. This team does not have a pass heavy formation. What you'll notice also is that they have very high values on their cards, and they also have two different types of bubbles. This one is a minimum gain of 1, and this one, in blue, is a minimum gain of 2 before the game day card. They have a mix of min gain 1 and min gain 2 cards in their playbook, so be careful which one you want to use at which time in the game. On defense, the Orca have a 4-3 defense, which is their run heavy, and a defense they called the 53, which is their balanced. The 53 defense was named after the number of the player who had number 53, and it was a hybrid 3-4 defense that was very good at rushing the passer and also providing coverage support. The 1972 Dolphins featured a trio of runners, Jim Kiick, Larry Czonka, and Mercury Morris, who were a phenomenal group of runners. And as a result, the Orca have a very dynamic backfield. Let's take a look now at Powerhouse Backfield. The Orca asks you to track their runs and passes on a given drive. You use these tokens to place them on the track every time you have run one, which are the orange, or thrown one time, which is the blue. As you can see, this team likes to throw half as much as they run. The way this works is, if the orange pawn is leading or tied when the drive ends relative to the blue pawn, you earn the reward listed underneath the box here. In this situation, if the drive were to end here, you would earn 1 orange token. As the runs continue to pile up, we see that 2 passes versus 3 runs would actually leave the blue pawn in the leading position, which means that no reward would be earned. The orange pawn needs to be equal to or beyond the blue in order to earn the reward beneath. Let's pick up the action now to start the game. The Orca have the ball 1st and 5 at their own 25, and they've come out in an I form versus 4-3 against the Fire. The matchup here is an outside run versus goal line. 4 minus 4 is 0, but you see we have the minimum gain of 1 before the game day card. So let's pull a game day card, and we see it's beast mode. So we have 1 for the play and 1 more for the card, and it's now 2nd down. As we track this, because the Orca ran the ball once, we move the pawn 1. 2nd down now, and the Orca have come out with a pro set versus 4-3. This matchup is a long pass versus man-to-man. 8 minus 2 will be a gain of 6 if it is complete. We'll see what the game day deck gives us, and it is incomplete because it is a red text defensive card. That means that the low accuracy pass is incomplete. However, even though it was a low accuracy incompletion, it was still a pass attempt, which means the blue marker moves to 1. Here we are on 3rd down, and the Orca have a decision to make. Do they try to throw to get the 1st down, which would move this pawn to 2, virtually assuring that they would not be able to earn anything on this drive, no rewards, or do they run to gain 2 runs on the drive, and even if they're forced to punt, at least they will collect 1 reward. Let's see what they do. 3rd down now, and we see they've come out with an I form versus 4-3. This is an outside run halfback sweep against a zone, and as we can see, this is a minimum gain of 2. So 4 minus 2 is 2, but this would have made the gain 2 anyway. So they're very close to getting that 1st down. And of course, the defensive pass card is ignored. It does not impact the run play, so the gain is 2, and it is now 4th and 1. The Orca will advance their token for the 3rd down run, and they will punt. The reward is 1 token. So even though they did not get the first down, because they had the proper distribution of play types, they earn 1 token. On the punt, the Orca actually have the ability to not ever have a punt blocked. The fake punt means that if the punt block ever comes up, the Orca simply keep the ball, advance to the next first down line, and continue the drive. 4th down now, and the Orca will punt. They're going to discard a card to represent the punt, and then they will pull the game day card. And I have staged this for you, but I wanted to show you that this is the punt block. For every other team that currently exists in Breakaway Football, this would be a blocked punt. But for the Orca, it actually is a fake punt. They get to keep the ball. They will simply advance to the next down marker, which is here, the next milestone, and reset their down marker. It is now first down. You'll also notice that they keep this where it is. They will not collect this reward. They will continue to move forward on this chart. Now that you've seen how the Powerhouse Backfield earns rewards, let's see what those rewards can do to power up the no-name defense. No-name defense has 2 different things that can be used, perfect execution or game film, that have different costs. Let's pick up the action now. The Fire are down 7-0 to the Orca, and they've got the ball deep in Orca territory. They're at the 30-yard line. It is 3rd and 2, and they are coming out with an I-form inside run against the Orca's zone. So this is going to be a minimum gain of 1 before the game day card. And here comes the game day card, and we see that it is a run to daylight touchdown. Now, this would be a 30-yard touchdown run. However, the Orca have the ability to use perfect execution. Perfect execution can ignore a game day card play event, and it costs 1. As we can see, we have earned 3 of these, so we're going to take 1 and spend it on the no-name defense perfect execution. The reason that these are circles and that you move the token on top is that you can only use perfect execution once per drive. The same is true with game film. Any of these tokens can only be used once per drive, so the no-name defense can't bank 3 of these and use perfect execution 3 times in a row. They can only use it once per drive. So we see that the matchup here is 1. We ignore the game day effect, and so that comes up just short, and it's now 4th down for the Fire. The Fire have chosen to go for it on 4th down. They're tantalizingly close, and they know they need to score touchdowns in order to keep pace with the Orca. So they've come out with I-form, wide receiver reverse. Now, before this play occurs, the no-name defense has the option to use game film. Game film can lock and reveal the offense, and the defense gets a free audible. It's kind of like the Omaha mechanism, which is an offensive mechanism, but this one is used for defense. Because the Orca have saved up 2 of their tokens, they're going to play them right now before the plays are revealed so that they can force the Fire to reveal their play. And so we see that it is a wide receiver reverse. Let's see what the Orca have called and what they want to do. So the Orca called zone. This particular special run would lose to the zone. The zone would actually create an offensive breakaway. This is a terrible call. So they will simply rotate this play and get out of the bad call. Now they've got tight run, the value of 4, against a special run, value of 4. Because there's no minimum gain, and because there's no breakaway, 4 minus 4 is 0, and this play right now is stopped at the line. Let's see what the game day gives us. And it's actually a bull rush minus 2. And so even if the Fire chose to challenge this, it still would not give them the first down. So the Fire allow the bull rush to occur. The defense has held on 4th down, and now the Orca take over on downs. One thing to notice on the rewards: the first box gives 1, second box gives 2, the third box gives 3, and the fourth box, if you're able to reach it by doing 7 runs and 3 or fewer passes, gives you 3 tokens plus the ability to refresh a used challenge flag. The Orca special rules make them incredibly dangerous. Of course, the 1972 Dolphins were an undefeated team, and that makes them one of the most challenging breakaway teams to play against. They aren't invulnerable, but they are incredibly efficient, and they play to perfection. So come ready to win.